Okay, let me review a little bit. So you already learned about if. Okay, so if program structure. So every if you will have the first condition, and then you need to put colon, and then the first body or the condition should be indented. So the indentation here usually it is 4 spaces. Usually it is 4 spaces. And then if you have any other condition, you can put L2. This is the second condition, and please don't forget to put colon. And then this is another statement if the condition is true, and this if the condition is false. So for example, in this case, what is the result? Score equals to 95. If score is greater than 70, then pass. Then the result is a text or a string, and the answer is pass. What about this? Score is 95, and then if the score is higher than 70, print pass. If less than 70, fail, else print error. Because the score is 95, then we will print pass. Okay. So we already learned about the while and for. So while is a form of loops or iteration. If the variable I start from 0, so while it means we want to make a condition. If the condition is true, then it will be always a loop, or it will iterate here. So it will be loop until the condition becomes false. This one we use range. So we learn about range. Range is almost the same with the list that we already have. Range 0 until 5. Then the result will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we have 0, 1 until 5, the result is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Yeah. No signal? Okay, let me just repeat a little bit. So if we have I equals to 0, and then I is less than 5, because the condition is true, then we will print I, comma, n equal to 5. What does it mean? This is to print at the same line. I will be added by 1, then I becomes 1. 1 is less than 5, yes, print I. And I will be at the same line. I will be added by 1, so I becomes 2, and so on. Until I equals to 5, if 5 less than 5, no. Because 5 not less than 5, so we will stop. If it is stopped, then the program finished, and then we will print. What about if I don't put here? If I don't have this one, what happens? It will be infinite loop. We got it, infinite loop. Okay. So it's always 0. Okay. So be careful. Whenever you write with while, you need to put another statement to improve the value or the index that you put for the condition. this one for 1 until 5. You can just print. So we start from 1 and then the ending will be n minus 1 because we have 5. Then it will not be until 5, it will be until 4. So you can have like this one to make it in the same line. You can also put the interval. Interval means for every number we will jump 2. Okay. So we will start from 0 and then we will print every 2 numbers. So 0 and then 2. What about 1? 1 will be skipped because we want to have every 2 numbers. So 1 will be skipped. So next 2 and then 3 will be skipped. Next is 4. So the result is 0, 2 and 4. Okay. That's about the for and if. Now this condition we already learned last week. We have this data 1, 5, 2, 3, 6, 9, 7, and then we start with the peak index. So this is a variable, and then I would like to have j. It is from 0. Why it is from 0? Because there is no in Python when you have range. So in Python, if you have range, okay, then it means it is started from 0. If you have the starting point, then it will be from 1 until 5. So Python understand if you put only one number, then this number will be the ending. If you put any numbers and you put comma, then this will be the starting, this will be the ending. If you put another comma, then it will be the interval. Okay, so it is like automatically in Python. Now I have range, length, data. We learned last time length data. It is the number of data that we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, there are 7 data. Then it will be the range of value from 0 until 7. So it is index 0, index 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will just move from index 0 until index 6. And then for j, in range length data, it means I would like to see for every data from 0 until 6. So if the data j, what is data j? If this one is 0, then the data in the index 0. I would like to check if it is higher than the data in index, peak index. Peak index started from 0. Then I would like to know if the data index 0 is higher than the data in index 0. Because it is the same. Next, we will go to the value after j. After 0, it is 1. If the data in index 1, which is 5, higher than the data in the peak index is 0. So the data in index 1, which is 5, I would like to know if it is higher with the data in the peak index, which is 4. 5 is higher than 1? Yes. Then the big index equal to j. J is 1. So big index now become 1. Okay. Then it will be a loop. It will always check for every value. If this data is higher than the data in the big index, we will change the big index so we know where is the position of the highest value in it. So this code is to find the index where the value is maximum. That's why when you run this one, you will get the result is 5. What is 5? It is the index where the maximum value, we know the maximum value is 9. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in the index 5, this is the maximum value. Okay. Now in the for any loop, okay, for iteration, we will have break and continue. Break. Python support break statement that immediately terminate a while or for loop when executed within its value. So if I have this data is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then for number in data, if number equals 3, then print. What does it mean? So let's see. Now I have data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's say I have number in data. So I want to print number. The result will be any value in the data. So if number equal 3, then print. What does it mean by print? We know print is top. Then if we found the value is 3, then that's top. So it means it is immediately terminated. Python also support continue. The continue statement causes the current iteration of a loop body to stop. Okay. We will stop, but with subsequent passes of the loop proceeding as expected. Okay, what does it mean? Oh, maybe this is wrong. Sorry. You need to put like this. Okay. You need to put one indentation. Now let me have the same with the same data. Now I would like to continue. What is the result? Nothing happened because we print at the first time and then we go to this condition. Okay. So let me change this. So let me have the print after we check the condition. The result will be like this. So where is 3? When the number equals to 3, we skip. So it means we do not consider 3, and we just print the number without 3 in this case. In the previous one, we have break. It means after we find 3, so we just stop. Okay, you can have this one. Okay, let me have the same line like this. First we put break and the other we put continue. So if I put break, if number equals to 3, print. So we just print the number. The first number is 1. Number equals to 1? No. Then print. And the next is 2. 2 equals to 3? No. Then print 2. 3 equals to 3? Yes. Then print. So we stop. If this one, for every number in data, 1 equals to 3? No. Print. 2 equals to 3? No. Then print. 3 equals to 3? Yes. So we continue to the next data. The next data is 4. 4 equals to 3? No. Then print. 5 equals to 3? No. Then print. Is there any 6? No. Then stop. Okay, so that's the difference between break and continue. Continue means we will continue on the next data if they have additional data. But break, we just stop. We do not consider the next data. Functions. We can create functions in Python, and we need to use the keyword def. So a function without parameter, we can see like this one, and a function with parameter, or we can have only one parameter, we can see like this one. So let's try. So we have def. Let's say I put display. Okay. So I want to print half. So when I call display, it is executing this command or print half. Okay. So we got this is function. So a function can have any argument or parameter. Let's say I have def display word. So I want to print the word. If I call display, it will be error. Why? You check the error, display missing what required positional argument. In this case, to run this function, we need to put one parameter. So we can have, for example, display Python, and it will show Python. Or this Python is very flexible. You can put number, for example, and it will print numbers. Or you can put a float number, 5.5, then it will print the float number. So the number of parameters can be more than one. For example, I have def display num1 and num2, for example. So I want to print num1 plus num2. So I call display 5,6. So I have two parameters, num1 and num2. I want to print num1 plus num2. Because I have two parameters, so this parameter represents num1, this parameter represents num2. If I run this, then the result will be 11. Yeah, the number of parameters here, you can have more than one, more than two. It depends on the requirement for your function. A function, this establishes a new identifier as the name of the function. So in this example, we will have a function named count. Okay. And it establishes the number of parameters that it expects, which define the function signature. So we already learned that a function, this is a function name, and this is an identifier. You still remember what is identifier? Identifier equals to the variable name. So for every function name, it should be unique. So last time we already learned about identifier. Identifier should be a letter, and then it can combine with number, but it cannot start with number. Okay, so we learn about this identifier, and it is also for this function name. So we have the two parameters. Here is the data, and then here is the target. So if you look at this code, I have list 1, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have a function count1 with two parameters. Now I will check and start from 0. For number in data, what is this data? Data refers to this input. So what you input, it will be in the data. If number equals target, so the target equals to this value that you input. If the number equals to target, then n plus equal to 1. N plus equal to 1, it is n equals to n plus 1. So the new variable of n equals to the old variable of n plus 1. At the end, we will print n. Now, let me check this one. So I have list 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, found 1, and let me print. The result is 1. What does it mean? The result is 1. I call the function count1, and the data is list 1. What is list 1? This is the data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I want to check the target is 3. So this is the target. And start from 0. If number from the data, okay, so for every number in data, let's check if number equals target. number start from the first element. 1 equals to 3? No. Then we go to the next number, 2. 2 equals to 3? No. Okay, we go to the next number, 3. 3 equals to 3? Yes. Then n will be added 5. Now n becomes 1 because it starts with 0. And then go to the next, 4. 4 equals to 3? No. And then next, 5. 5 equals to 3? No. Okay. Then we will print n. N equals to 1 because there is only one value of 3. Let's suppose I put another value here, 3. What happened? The result is 2. Because we found there are 2 values of 3. Okay. So this is a function combination between loops and if. Now I have another function. Now I do not print. Instead of print, I return. Okay. So what does it mean by return? If you have the same function, but now you are going to return it, it means, yeah, this one is, yeah, you can see the result. But actually, when you run with the Python file, you cannot see this result. So this n should be in the variable. For example, I can put result equals to false. So you want to put the value that you get from this function, that is n, it will be in the variable result. So in this case, I can do print result. Then the result is 1. So what does it mean by return? Return means you want to put the return statement returns the value for this function and terminates its processing. The idea is the same. This one, it will print or it will show the result directly, but for this return, it will give this value into a kind of value. So information passing. Okay. Please remember that the parameter passing in Python follows the semantic of the standard assignment statement. It means if you have 2 parameters, this one, then this will be in this variable. If you have any value here, then this will be in this variable. Okay, please be careful whenever you make a function in Python with more than one parameter. It follows the sequence. Input. The primary means for acquiring information from the user console is a built-in function named input. This function displays a prompt. A prompt means a question to user. If given as an optional parameter, then wait until the user enters some sequence of characters followed by the return key. The return value of the function is the string of characters. So the result is string of characters that were entered strictly before the return key. So such a string can immediately be converted. So later we will check how we can convert it. For example, I want to have year equals to input like this one, and then print here. So Python will wait for you. Please give any numbers or string. Okay. In this case, because you don't have anything here, it is string. Let's say I put number 2000, and I will print 2000 here because the input from the user is 2000. You can put some values like you can give question. What is the year that you were born, for example? So if you run this, then there will be a question. What is the year that you were born? Let's say I put 2000. So this is the input from user, and then this is the output. Okay, we're going to print here. Now, the result of the year is string. Okay. How do we know that it is a string? Let's say I have another variable. I want to put year plus 1000. So I want to print rest. The result will be error. Why? Because the input here is a string. And then you want to plus with number. So Python should have another function to concatenate. Concatenate. Concatenate means combine. So you want to combine string and string. So if it is string and numbers, then it is not possible. So how can we do this one? If you want to change to number, you already remember that we have the class int. Int is a class for integer, number. So you can put int and then close this statement. Let me just put very short. What is the year? Okay. So you can put int. What is the year? For example, 2000. Okay. And then let me run this. Now it works. Because we have year as integer. Integer plus integer, then we will get a value integer. Okay, this is a program. So you can try. Maybe you can try by yourself. Okay, it is not difficult to understand. It's equals to int. Int is the class for making the input as integer. So the x, enter your x in here. It will be converted to integer value. And then we want to calculate the maximum heart rate equals to 206.9 minus 0.67 multiplied by x. So this is a formula by the medical science sport. So the maximum heart rate will be calculated with this formula. And then the target is 0.65 multiplied by the maximum heart rate. So print your target fat burning heart rate is comma the target. So the target is from this variable. Okay. Yeah, you can try by yourself later how you can get the result. Exception handling. What does it mean by exception handling? Exception handling, it includes a rich hierarchy of exception classes that design the various categories of errors. So you need to understand errors. In Python, they already put a lot of classes to define what are the errors. They call it the exception class. And in the exception class, there are many kind of errors. For example, attribute errors, end of file errors, input output errors, index error, and so on. So the exception handling, it is an unexpected event that occur during the execution of the program. An exception might result from a logical error or an anticipated situation. So in Python, exception, also known as errors, are objects that raise or thrown by code that encounters an unexpected circumstances. So in Python, we can also raise an exception. So we will check one by one. For example, this one. I have a data, red, green, blue. So how many data do I have? There are 3 data. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then by the index, it is index 0, it is index 1, it is index 2. So can I print the index 3? It is not possible. So if I print index 3, then it is error. Okay. So I can put except. Except means if the value of error is index error, you can see this is index error, then please keep the program run. So this is by except. Please keep the program run and just print the error message. There is nothing. Yeah, this is the case of color 10. We don't have any color 10 in our data. Okay, I think I will stop here. So please go to class and please do the learning check as your attendance.